It's time to talk about the Collin County real estate market the last 7 days. As always, before I get into it, I like to give context. So, the Fed's in a blackout period the next 10 days. Rates are still down about half a point as of last week. Don't know what's going to happen there, but we're in kind of an odd market. So, basically, I can tell you that buyers are starting to get picky again. Some cases, sellers are getting multiple offers over list. Sometimes they're not over list. Sometimes they're right at list. So, bottom line, if you want to get your house sold and sold quickly, you want to make sure it's presentable. Buyers, if you want to get your offer accepted, it, you need to be not just pre-approved but credit approved. That way, you're almost like a cash buyer. So, something to keep in mind. So as we go through the numbers, you're going to see they're up just some from last week. But before we get into Collin County, let's talk about the whole Dallas-Fort Worth area. So last week, 3,278 listings. That's up about 300 from the week before. 646 went back on the market. That's up a little over 50 from the week before. At 3,393 price reductions. That's up almost 400 from last week. 308 price increases. That's only up just over 40 from the week before. 1,691 homes went under contract. That's up 141 from the week before. 2,359 closed. That's up about 200 from the week before. 194 homes expired. That's up about 10. And only 274 owners canceled their listings. So that's down 200 from the week before. So there's still low inventory. So homes are selling, and they're selling typically quick, not always. If your home's not in good condition, we're back to that point again. So this week in all of Collin County, from homes being new to market that haven't been sold, we're at 915. That's up 102 from the week before. I want to talk to, before we get into much more into the numbers, about why inventory is low. We're at Forbes magazine talked about it, and they talked about what they call the lock-in syndrome. And I can't remember the exact numbers, but there are a lot of sellers out there with rates under 5. I think that was about 40% of them. And the other 60% had rates under 4. So what do you think those folks are doing? They're not selling. They don't want to move. In some cases, they may have bought way above what the home was listed for, so they may have little or no equity as possible, so they can't sell. And they wouldn't want to trade the payment they have now for the same price or less home, and it'd be a 40 to 50% increase in the monthly payment. So until interest rates come back down into the 5s, which don't know if that's going to happen anytime soon. It was predicted to already have happened or later this year. Not sure if that'll happen. Not sure what the Fed's going to do. The word is there may be one more rate hike, but who knows? The CPI numbers, I'm not sure that they're reliable. They were at 3%. I go to the grocery store, so do you. I still see prices increasing. They don't count gas prices, and gas prices shot up. So we may see those numbers rise. So bottom line is, if you want to buy or sell, it's still a good time. Don't wait. Don't hesitate. If you're thinking about getting your home sold, feel free to reach out to me if any questions. Okay, now let's get back into the numbers. So Collin County had 345 homes new to the market this week, or price changes. 215 went under contract, 107 went pending, and 248 that sold. In Allen, we had 23 new homes hit the market or had a price change. We had 14 that went under contract, 14 that went pending, and 13 that sold. You can see there the new homes still barely, or even not even, cover the deficit for what's been sold, went under contract, or pending. So it's still a good time to sell because there's still buyers out there in droves looking. Not as many can qualify with the rates where they're at. Lucas had 4 new homes hit the market this week or price change. 1 went under contract, 1 that went pending, and 1 that sold. Parker At 4 new homes hit the market this week, had a price change, 3 went under contract, none that went pending, and 10 that sold. Now, I do want to interject this. I did a video about this. I'm sure most of you have heard that the legislature did increase the homestead exemption from $40,000 to $100,000. So the average homeowner that has a $350,000 home, which most of us are much above that, the school taxes will drop about $1,200 a year, give or take. So that's a positive. It's just $100 a month, but that's better than no decrease at all. I at least want to have some good news in here for you. Not that the others bad news per se, but I just like to throw in everything possible. Fairview, 5 new homes hit the market this week, had a price change with 3 went under contract, nothing went pending, and 1 that sold. Wide Awake Wylie, 17 new homes to the market or price changes, 18 went under contract, 7 went pending, and 11 that sold. Now let's talk about the 3 largest cities in Collin County. Number 1 this week again, McKinney, from homes who are new to market haven't been sold, 192. Frisco's number 2 at 163. Plano number 3 at 160. Now let's talk about Plano. 67 new homes hit the market or had a price change there this week. 31 went under contract, 23 went pending, and 39 that sold. Frisco, 64 new homes to the market this last week or price changes. 41 went under contract, 10 that went pending, and 48 that sold. McKinney, 57 new homes hit the market this past week or had a price change. 60 went under contract, 16 went pending, and 59 that sold. Lavon, 10 new homes to the market this past week or price change. 3 went under contract, 7 went pending, and 3 that sold. Melissa, 19 new homes to the market this past week or price changes. 5 went under contract, 7 went pending, and 8 that sold. By the way, if you're looking in Melissa, I know some builders out there that have some great incentives. There's actually some that I can throw in half a point of my commission for anyone buying out there. So if you want to know more about that, reach out to me. There's a couple other cities. I'm starting to do some YouTube videos about new communities that are offering incentives to me, and I'm happy to share them with you, and you be rewarded at closing for that. Princeton, 25 new homes hit the market this week, had a price change. 8 went under contract, 6 went pending, and 15 that sold. Farmersville, 2 new homes to the market this past week, a price change. 2 went under contract, 1 that went pending, and 4 that sold. Anna, 18 new homes to the market this week, a price change. 4 went under contract, 5 went pending, and 16 that sold. Van Alstyne, 12 new homes hit the market this week, a price change. 5 went under contract, 2 that went pending, and 4 that sold. Hope you're having a good week. Hope you're staying cool. It's really hard right now here in Dallas-Fort Worth with the temperatures where they're at. Let's hope the power grid stays up for all of us and we can keep our air on. If you have any questions about what's going on in your neighborhood, want me to do a video about a particular subject, I'm happy to. Feel free to reach out to me. All my contact information is at the end of this video. Also, for my crazy Jack Russell Augustus, please like, share, or subscribe to my channel. I'm trying to get to 500 channels or 500 subscribers by the end of the year. See you next week.